Hi, I'm Bryan.
Hey, I'm Mark. We're from the band Hypnogaja.
Are you aware? Are you aware you can set up your printers to do double-sided printing?
It's true. You can save between 30 and 35% of your paper consumption by setting all of your machines, printers, faxers, copiers, everything that you use to print. If you just set them to double-sided printing, it's a very easy fix and you will save a lot of trees and a lot of energy. Well, we just actually recorded a new album that is it's a science fiction kind of record, but it's about the end of the world that was kind of brought about through, in a way, wasteful behavior and just not really paying attention to Mother Nature. And at the end of the recording, we realized that we couldn't just put out a record like on a plastic disc with refined papers and all this kind of stuff. It felt very wasteful, so we did a lot of research, and our entire CD we manufactured using all recycled papers, recycled plastics, and as a band we deal more, I think, digitally at this point anyway, avoiding more of the physical stuff. We like to travel light. So the campaign really spoke to us because we're always on our laptops, we're always doing digital work, and always looking for ways to kind of keep the earth greener because we're writing about it, and I think it makes us hypocritical if we write about it but don't put the practices into action.
As a band, as a forward-thinking band now in the music industry, I think, and especially being from Los Angeles, I think we can't help but be conscious of the environment and energy conservation. And you know, even if we weren't a part of it, we really feel it is the future. So for us to ignore that would really be disadvantageous. I mean, we all know and feel that the future of music is in files, and that's very green, files, as opposed to, you know, a plastic disc that doesn't necessarily biodegrade. We know that MP3s and downloads are the future, and we're happy to embrace it and be part of it.
Well, with every good thing, there's going to be negative things. So I think where we discovered it was when it came time to dispose of old computers. You kind of go, well, what do I do with this? And we use Apple computers, and Apple helps you recycle when you buy a new one. You can recycle your old one. And so we've always looked into ways of recycling and making sure that even though the computers also make it very easy for us to help with the environmental issues, ironically, you know, the end game of using your computer is you have to dispose of it properly. Otherwise, you know, they'll just sit around and pollute everything. So
when I upgraded to my last computer, I had an old desktop, and I knew I couldn't just throw it away. You know, there's a lot of ramifications, and I think maybe even chemicals in the machine that need to be disposed of properly. And I actually had a difficult time finding out the right way to do it. So I think helping people become aware of the right way to dispose of old monitors and desktops is a great thing.
Yeah, we were very attracted to the campaign because people need to just be shown, I think. It's a matter of information, and some of the information is so simple. We were just chatting with some people who were here about Earth Day and kind of turning off the lights for a minute. That 1 minute helps so much, yet so many people, you know, don't know to do that. So the education is very valuable that you guys are providing.
Ever since I was, you know, knee-high in kindergarten, I remember my teachers telling me to go around the house and turn off all the lights that we weren't using, and I still do that to this day. I mean, if I'm the only one home and I'm in my bedroom, there's not a single other light on in the house, and just, you know, I'm a big fan of opening up the blinds and getting the sunlight in. If I don't need a lamp to be on, or if I'm not using my computer, I always power it down.
Yeah, and we also, if we find things that are solar powered or anything that uses non-traditional ways of being powered, you know, we will opt for it. Well, I think I would firstly start by saying that it's really important when you're using your technology to be aware of what the technology is. So if you have a laptop, you know, power it down when when you're not using it. Use, maybe laptops versus desktops if you can, and I'll help it because they're much actually better for the environment in general as far as the disposal and whatnot. And just, conserve as much as possible. We don't use a lot of paper anymore. Traditionally, bands have always used flyers and all this stuff, and through social media, we find that we use very little paper and printing now. Press kits are electronic, everything's electronic, so whatever people can do in their lives to reduce their use of paper and their use of the actual, I think, power that it takes to operate, stuff would be my advice.
Yeah, I mean, I said it before, but embrace the future, embrace files as opposed to like a CD sampler, embrace email lists as opposed to actual hard mailing lists, snail mail or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
It's the way it's going to be in the future, and so to ignore that now is really it sets you back, puts you at a disadvantage.
Well, I just think that, we've been writing about the world struggles, and we're very close to this issue. And we have a song that we wrote that is a bit controversial in its title called Kill the Humans, but it's not about killing people. It's actually about Mother Earth's relationship with us, and how, if you look at it from her point of view, how important it is to really revere the planet and to embrace that there are very special circumstances that allow us to be living here. And if we want to continue for us and for our children and their children, we have to make a difference now. And that starts with just one step, turning off a light, not printing an extra sheet of paper, and it could lead to, really great progress in the future for everybody.
I was watching a documentary not long ago about the Earth, and something they said really stuck with me, and it's basically the Earth's been here a long, long time, and it's going to be around a lot longer maybe than we are, so we're not necessarily hurting the Earth. The Earth will bounce back. We're hurting ourselves, and that's something that if more people understood that, maybe they'd see the danger a little more imminently.
Yeah, I agree with that.